Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Coaches Dugout, a podcast for coaches by coaches. The Coaches Dugout is proudly brought to you by Sports Singapore.
Before we start, do remember to like and follow us on IG, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Today we are going for front two of Herman and myself, Isa.
And we are flanked by two very experienced guests who will be chatting and sharing with us their experience about grassroots coaching.
Here in the studio, we have Michael Adam and Feng. Welcome, coaches.
Welcome, coaches.
Thank you.
Okay, before we start, please share with us a little bit about yourself. We'll start with Michael first.
Okay, hi, I'm Michael. I've been coaching in schools, right, locals and international schools for about 12 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's quite long.
That's for me, yeah. From primary school, elementary, preschools, all the way to JC under 19. Yeah, that's me.
How about you, Po?
I'm Po. I think I've been coaching for 5 to 6 years with Active SG.
Okay.
Then currently doing some schools also.
Alright.
With Isa also under
Okay.
him. With him. Yeah, that's it. That's it about me for coaching.
Okay, so I think it's a good start now that we know that they are both very experienced coaches in terms of the grassroots scene. Okay, so but to put things into context, what is actually grassroots football? Is there a specific cutoff age for this group? Because I think from what your introduction has been is that you keep talking about school. So is that specifically the age group that we are talking for grassroots football? Maybe Po, you want to go first?
Actually, grassroots, I feel is a place for everyone to have fun, to come and gather to have fun and without any football background.
Okay.
And having fun and to learn some basics of football at the same time. Cut off age, I think for me 12,
Okay.
13, yeah, around that age.
Alright.
Yeah, for me personally.
Alright.
Yeah.
What about you, Michael?
When you talk about grassroots, for me, it's only recreational.
Okay.
Yeah.
So regardless of age.
Regardless of age, is anything grassroots will be, we're doing it for fun, like what Paul says, and it's recreational, more for enjoyment, being with friends and everything else, rather than a very organized and constructed kind of event. For me, that's grassroots actually.
Okay. So, but how's the grassroots scene in Singapore? Are we doing enough at grassroots level to get kids to play the game, or it's just basically our grassroots is, it's just school football? What do you guys think?
Before Active SG coming, I think we got nothing for grassroots at all. So gratefully that Active coming into the picture to help bring up this grassroots level. With all the coaches, experienced coaches like Herman and Isa himself.
Wow.
Must
You're talking about me,
angkat a bit. So hopefully we can see more of this grassroots level of football coming in, and we can see more people joining and having fun together lah.
Very nicely mentioned. So I just want to add in, I think, Michael, you mentioned something about grassroots football being fun, making friends, recreational. So just want to ask you, what do you think are the important qualities of a grassroots coach?
Okay, the grassroots coach have to actually enjoy playing with the players, whatever age, preschool, under 19, girls, boys.
So the main word you mentioned, enjoyment.
Enjoy.
Okay, elaborate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When the grassroots coach goes to the pitch for the session,
Okay.
although content and the substance is very important, it's the delivery that is
Most
the
important, yeah?
delivery is most important.
Okay.
He can crack jokes with the players and everything else, make them know that it's fun to be there.
Okay.
Because my personal philosophy is I want to see them at 60-year-old, maybe not at Farrer Park, maybe at a OTH or something, still doing even walking football.
Okay.
Because the joy that they get years ago
Wow.
remains with them.
Okay.
That's my take. Yeah.
Wonderfully said. How about you, Po?
For me,
Yeah.
you must have a lot of patience, and then you must bring yourself down to a grassroots level
Okay.
to make sure that you can blend with them, to play with them. Yeah, actually they just want to play, have fun, and
Okay.
joke together. They don't. Sometimes you are teaching football, right?
Okay.
They don't even want to play soccer. They don't even want to play football.
They want to be with their friends. Eh?
Yeah, with your friends. They want just be happy, laugh, spend the 1 hour and then go back. Actually, it's also good for us. We see them sweat, go back happily. Yeah, I think it's
So definitely it's not an easy job, yeah?
That depends. If you go there and you enjoy it, it's not a job.
Yeah, because you love what you do, yeah? The enjoyment you get, the satisfaction you get from the two of you conducting the session. Nice,
I think talking about the qualities of a grassroots coach, from what you described, I feel the enthusiasm and the passion must be there. I think this is not even a requirement. It is something that you must have in order to do with grassroots.
Something in
did
you.
I say it right? Because if you don't have this enthusiasm, you don't have this passion. I think when you come to the session and you see kids simply running around like headless chicken, and how do you control them? How do you get them engaged? I think it's going to be very difficult. And I think kids always learn by watching their coaches, right? So if you come and you yourself, the energy level is really, really low, I think it's going to be very difficult. Is it something that you agree with me?
Yes, of course. The way you talk, that's why I say you are the best already.
Oh.
We must learn from you. Right? See, that's why every morning if you go there restlessly, right? The coach, the players see us also, they won't want to train. They will just put their water bottle. They will just walk.
Correct.
Yeah. So if you greet them happily, right?
Yeah.
Say, hey, good morning, man.
Yes.
They also very excited. Will bring up their their morale, their mood up. So yeah, I think it's very
I
important.
think the body language and what
Yeah,
Herman
correct.
mentioned, this is something that it's there for us, you see. So like Michael mentioned, you don't feel like it's a job because it's part of you.
Yeah.
So I think this is really nice to share on this.
Just to keep it at this question, how do you keep this energy level? Because I know being a grassroots coach, sometimes the session is back to back. Sometimes you are under the hot sun, and I don't know. Is there any tip for the coaches out there? How do you guys keep this energy level?
You see, first session is done. Second session coming in. The second session is new to them. It's the first time they're doing it for the day. So although we are doing it for the 7th session, for the kids that's coming in, that's their first session. We have to keep that in mind. So if we think about my second session, my third session, but for the kids, it's still their first session.
Yes, correct.
So we got to switch back. This is my first session. If you have to go to the toilet and wash your face, do some makeup, do whatever, I always tell them when they're with me. Po is with me in Queenstown, right? I will tell Po, I'm doing my makeup. So do whatever is necessary to get fresh again.
And restart again.
Restart, that's for
Just
me.
to be fair to the kids, right?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Correct. Agreed. I think it's good.
Actually, it's a very, very nice point mentioned because we run few sessions in a day.
Correct.
And then it's how we actually react to the players that's coming in.
Correct.
Okay, my next question is, Po used to be an ex-professional player. Of course, we know that. Good player as well. And then Michael, anything to add on that?
No.
No.
So means Michael, Po is not a good player.
No.
Oh, because the reaction. Okay.
No.
Why you turn away?
No.
Okay, good player, definitely.
Yes.
And then Michael might not be playing in a professional league. And so with that in mind, how important is playing experience when we are coaching grassroots level? Any idea?
Okay, for me, right, as a pro player, right, the coaches demand a lot because they expect you, they think that you sure can do this. So
Okay.
they will say, okay, I want to do a wall pass, I want to do an overlapping. But when you go to grassroots coaching, right, you cannot tell the kids that I want a wall pass. The kids won't understand you. So you must break into easy, simpler words. You must tell them, I want to maybe do a 1-2, I pass to you,
Okay.
I run over there. You break down into steps.
Okay.
You show them.
So going down to that level.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That's why when it comes to grassroots, you must transform yourself into their level.
Okay.
Yes.
So you must think that, I also don't know how to play soccer. How do I guide them, teach them?
Okay.
So I think the words you use and you have to demonstrate to them is very important.
How did you actually experience that? Is it your first time coming in and then you realize you have to break it down, or?
Yeah. First time when
Yeah.
I do coaching grassroots, right? I tell, I want you to shoot, for example, shoot.
Okay.
Or just pass. Okay, we take a pass. Some of them will pass, but they will use their toes. So
Okay.
for the whole game, you cannot use your toes to pass, right? So we must go down to basic, teaching them. Okay, step 1, maybe put your feet pointing to the place you want
Okay.
to pass. Yeah. So you break down into steps and you guide them from there.
So constantly you're making improvements to your
Yeah,
session.
yeah.
Fantastic.
But it helps as well that
Yeah.
being an ex-professional player, you'll be able to do good demonstration. Isn't it?
I think of course, because but you don't say I'm not a good player lah. Not good how to teach them.
When did I say you're not a good player? So I think a bit of miscommunication down here.
Okay, good player but
Yeah.
not that good lah. Okay. So
Okay.
as a pro player, I think I have a basic knowledge of the football,
Okay.
of the technique, everything. Right? So sure, it helps a bit when it comes to guiding the younger ones.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's very good. Very.
So
lucky for me.
there's actually this term called like a coaching blind side. So it means that as a, let's say, as an adult, for example, don't talk about even a player, right? So as an adult, I am able to do things easily, like how I do a lofted pass, how I shoot. It comes naturally to us, right? But it become a blind side because we expect the kids to automatically be able to do it.
Okay.
So we get frustrated when, hey, why cannot you even pass? Why can't you even dribble? So there's the term called coaching blind side. So that is very important for a coach to take note of. And I'm really happy to hear that even being a professional player, I think Po, he has the ability to actually break it down into steps and to make sure that the player understand what is required of them to do the technique. I think that's very good. And what about you, Michael? Do you feel that not being an ex-professional player put you in a disadvantage?
You gotta learn what you teach.
Mm-hmm.
Before you teach, you gotta learn. So if
Okay.
I wanna teach kicking,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta practice it myself.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I'm not a professional player, but I took months before I decided to become a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I read books on technical ability and everything else, and I practiced it myself for 3 to 6 months. How to do a pass, how to do a kick, how to do dribble, how to do the shuffle, everything else. Because I teach my kids, this is all what I teach my kids. Whatever your coach asks you to do, you have this beautiful phrase, coach, demo, please.
Yeah.
That's very common now, yeah?
If the
Okay.
coach cannot demo, how can he demand from you what he himself don't have? So, basically, but at the same time for grassroots, the coach must be able to do what he asks of the players. Because it's not that difficult. You're not asking a Xavi Alonso 60-yard pass.
Of course, yeah.
In grassroots,
But you
right?
never know.
Yeah, you never know they might be able to do. But you
Yeah,
see, right?
okay.
Yeah, so it's simple things like that. The coach must have.
That's the very basic
Basic.
technical knowledge.
I think totally agree with that. But coming back to Po, I'm sure you had frustrations on your coaching days. How are you, or how do you actually deal with that on days that you have frustrations that you demand something, but the players cannot be able to fulfill that?
Yeah, sure have. So you
Okay.
have to, when they go for water break, you must tell yourself, okay, relax. They are grassroots. They are still learning. Yeah, same. I always teach my son. Sometimes I teach him until I angry with him, but I must understand myself that they are here to learn.
Okay.
That's why I'm here to guide them.
Okay.
No
Yes,
use for
that's
me to keep scolding them. Even
Okay.
I scold them, they won't learn. They won't understand.
Okay.
So from there, I must relax myself, calm myself first.
The makeup, is it? Do the
Sometimes,
makeup. What Michael said. Yeah, okay.
I use this also.
But,
yeah.
but that's another quality
Yeah.
of a coach, right? I think to be able to have empathy, right?
Yeah.
To put yourself into the player's shoe now, to understand, why. So instead of scolding them, you try to understand
Correct.
how they are doing things and whatnot. I think that's I think is a very very good qualities that I think grassroots coaches, or even I think even the pro coaches, they need to have.
I think that's where the reflection part comes into place, where you reflect, and then of course the next session you come again stronger, trying to understand them. Because I think a couple of times me and Herman, or even other coaches, we've seen coaches who demands the world, but end of the day, you know that the kids are there to learn and they are not at that level yet, and we take time to develop the kids. So well said.
But
Yeah.
there's also things like technology nowadays. Kids are very savvy, right, with technology. So in terms of to do demonstration, you say you want to do some moves, you can already show them either on your iPad or share that, okay, this is your homework, I want you to practice this move. That can be something that can be done.
But you still must break down into
The smaller
smaller
detail,
detail, because they are
it's
not
possible.
easy to
So
follow.
not just simply cut and paste and then I want you to
correct.
do this move, right? So I think the art of coaching is very important,
Yeah.
right? And I want to go back to this as well, because I think this is just as also an educational podcast. I read somewhere is that it's totally different to be a player and a coach, right? And I think when you talk about coaching, you are not just talking about a football coach. You must have this ability to teach somebody. So if you are a coach, right, you can technically teach any subject because you have that that soft skills to be able to teach, right? So I think that's very important. It's just that so that you are an expert in football, so that's why we are coaching football. But I think the art of coaching is very, very important, even at a grassroots level. All right.
Okay, so again, when we come to that, what qualifications must a grassroots coach or coaches have? When we come to that,
Qualifications.
Pro license.
No need lah.
No,
I
no
think
need.
as basic as possible lah.
Okay.
If the higher license you get you will think that you know everything, then you won't bring yourself down to the grassroots level. Then
Okay.
you will demand.
Okay.
When you demand, you cannot get you angry. You start scolding all this.
Okay.
I feel as long as you know the basic of football, you love kids or whatever, you'll be fine lah. You'll be fine.
How about yourself, Michael?
I think the objective of doing a grassroots is very important,
Okay.
because if we're just there to have fun,
Mm.
this is the term I use. We are not glorified nannies.
Okay, yeah.
That's what we
Very
have.
good
Some,
point.
yeah, that's why we have some parents just dump the kids to us.
Then
right?
they go off,
And,
go for makan and
yeah,
all.
go for
So-
makan or everything. See, the qualification that we need is actually, like I say, we need to know the content of what we teach, and the basic qualification will give us that, right? Like AFCC license teaches you
Okay.
how to actually do coach a session, how to behave, where to stand in order to see what's going on in the pitch.
I see.
Right, the tone you use and everything else. So those are the basic minimum. A parent is a coach. A parent is a
Definitely,
coach, yeah. So, but
Okay.
the thing is, the parents coach by hugging, scolding, screaming, or whatever, or McDonald's after the session. As a coach, it's different, but it's the same thing, yeah. It's the same thing. Is
Okay.
right. The qualification must be there.
Definitely. So I think that am I right to say that the both of you really enjoy your job? Definitely.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's why you are here. You are passionate. You enjoy. What are the main satisfaction for you both when you are coaching kids? Maybe Po, you want to go first?
When kids come back to us again, every time when they report, they say, "Hey, Coach Po, Coach Michael," you know the way they greet you.
Yeah.
They don't walk in, this coach again. Yeah, right. When you see that, you feel very happy, very warm in the heart that okay, at least we do something. That's why they want to come back to us.
That's a very important
Yeah.
point. If I were to cut in, sometimes at my coaching center, kids will come in and say, can I have this coach? Can I have this coach? Of course, we try not to
Yeah.
have that because we don't want to create an environment like this, but it's nice to hear kids coming and saying that, look, I'm here because I love my coach. I want to see my coach. Coach Po is there. Coach Michael is there. Very nice point. Anything else on that part? Main satisfaction for yourself, Michael?
I don't know. For me personally, during the session, I have fun and the kids have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, the fun factor is something which I really look at it, because
So how do you define fun?
I define fun as the kids smiling, laughing. No, even though it's COVID, you have to push them away, right? Yeah, they will try to hug you and everything else because they enjoy the time being with you.
Okay.
Because at this point of time, for preschoolers, especially for me, it's not the learning that they care about. It's the emotion they get when they are with you. You see?
Okay.
Yeah, the emotion that they get and parents can see. And most of the parents in preschool, 90%, just want to hear the laughter and see the smile of their kids going
Kids
home.
running around.
But what
Okay.
about the technical content? I mean, I understand that you were saying that you enjoy the kids having fun. They want to come back to your session again. But do you get any satisfaction from seeing a kid who's not able to kick, and then after few sessions with you, and then you can see the kid grow, or maybe if you are long enough in the job, you realize that actually the kid actually represents Singapore one day. I don't know. So is that, would you consider part of your main satisfaction?
Yes, pride.
Pride, yeah?
Yeah. You see, if that's secondary, but if that does happen, right? Amazing. Yeah, it is amazing because technical content, like I say, right? The content must be there, right? It is primary and the delivery is primary. So the satisfaction when you see kids for me in secondary school, primary school they don't play the CCA. Secondary school they play after 4 years, and during that period of 4 years, Sec 1 to Sec 4, they play in an age group in the clubs, right?
Okay.
And then knowing that, the technical content is definitely important. But generally, I would say 50% is from us coaches, 50% is their own hard work of the training session.
Okay, Herman, maybe that one we can ask Po, because Po is also helping with our DC teams, our elite teams. So do you get players from your grassroots joining the DC with you?
Currently no, because
Okay.
my DC is at Bedok, right?
I see,
So
understand.
yeah, our center Queenstown. So
Okay, maybe if to ask, do you recommend the Queenstown boys to somewhere nearer, maybe the DC in Gombak or?
for our center, I think most
Okay.
we only got 1-2 player that
Okay.
can go up to DC level.
Definitely is still an improvement.
Yeah. So we hope that maybe we can.
Okay.
We hope to see more of this type of player going to the DC level. Then yeah.
So like what Michael mentioned, pride?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. Slowly,
Yeah.
DC will be the first step. Yeah. Then maybe slowly we see from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you measure success then? Success for you?
As a coach,
Yeah.
success.
If we're talking about grassroots in itself, success is when you see them turn out to be a courteous human being.
Okay.
For me personally,
So human first and then players
Sport
again.
later, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it's for me
Okay.
personally, where they come and they have the respect for where it's due, where they have the humility where it's due, right, and they have the discipline when it's due, right. When you see the change, for me, when you see the change in character of the players you coach, that to me is the most success that I can actually aspire to have. Yeah.
Okay. So what about you, Po?
I want to answer that, but you say already. but really, we saw a lot of players. At first, they come right. They got very bad. Okay, we say very bad character,
Okay.
attitude. But throughout the session, the training, everything, right? You can see that they slowly improve after a few seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, they will start to like listen to us. They will behave. They will place their water bottle nicely. Whereas
Okay.
compared to the first time, they just throw, looking for their
Okay,
parents. All
okay.
this. Yeah. So yeah, that is part of the success.
Wow, okay. So talking about values, I know that values are very important for you guys as coaches. And I think Active SG exemplifies that with the honor, resilience, teamwork and stuff. So as coaches, how do you actually inculcate this? I know people can talk about values and then list out 10 values. But how do you actually do that, Po? Like for example, getting them to place their water bottles after every session. How does this take place?
So a lot of like for example for us active, right,
Okay.
honor, resilient, teamwork. Teamwork very simple. So every time end of session we ask them to pack up. So wherever we see one player packing up,
Okay.
so we will ask them, hey, is this being are you having teamwork?
Okay.
Is teamwork being in play? Yeah, if not, then go and help. We keep everything together. Yes, that is teamwork.
Okay.
So even when sometimes they are playing like two sides. So if you tackle a player, the opponent get injured or whatever, I will ask them, okay, just try and help them up. So it's part of life lah actually.
Okay.
You don't bring them down when people are at their lowest point. So
Okay.
in life, maybe you see somebody need help them out first. After that, then we carry on again.
So it's a constant reminder, constant reinforcement of the act.
Yeah, in the
Okay.
game, for my group, the kids will know when they tackle their group, the opponent, right, the opponent is down, they will stop playing, they bring their friend up, then they will chase the ball again.
Wow.
It's
Do
very
you do
nice
that
to
as a
see
player
that.
yourself?
No.
No, but it's a very good. I'm sorry, I have to answer that.
I'm very honest.
Yeah. Okay, but definitely it's a very good value to have. I think this thing will go a long way. I think if that boy is playing the Prime League next time or the S League, he will remember Coach Po taught me how to do this, and whether I want to do it or not, it's another thing. But it's the
Must
habit that counts.
and tell them when to do it, when not to. When you're having, maybe when you grow up playing a pro match, maybe you don't do that when the game is played. Maybe the ball is out, maybe then you just
Okay.
tell them. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think to be able to identify this teachable moment is a skill, important skill for grassroots coaches as well, isn't it? Because these are the things that you don't plan. Correct. As much as I know that we want to inculcate values in our session, but sometimes I don't expect that someone would fall down and kind of thing. So for you, Michael, is it been easy for you to inculcate values in session, or you think this is something that is not normal, and as a grassroots coach the priority should still be a technical session?
No, it should. There is always moments that you can actually teach values. There's always moment that you can actually teach. Even when you are having fun and everybody was laughing, you got to identify, is it laughing with the person or laughing at the person?
Yeah.
Okay?
True.
Yeah, even the laughter in itself, you know, and then when we crack jokes, is it cracking jokes to lift up the spirit or to put someone down? Okay? So this kind of small little things, we got to have. But having said that, we as coaches have to have that values ourselves. Because if we don't, right, we won't be able to identify this teachable moment, and we're able to share these values with the kids in itself. Yeah.
So in terms of another quality of a grassroots coach, I can add that to be able to observe and pick up all these little details is just as important. You know, because I think maybe if you're a pro coach, your focus is more on the tactics
stuff,
and the technical things, right? But for grassroots coach, you have this added, you must have this added ability to actually spot something that is of values.
It's definitely not easy. I think Paul mentioned that you play in a league game with the boys, and then you have to concentrate on the game, and then you still have to look out for little things like making the tackles, being gracious on the field. So I agree with what you say, Rahman. Yeah. So we'll come to this question. It can be a little sensitive, but can a grassroots coach earn good money? Okay.
What is good money?
What is good money? Okay, what is good money? So how about the allowance part and the money? Does the coaches earn well?
But from the car that I saw you drove,
Not good enough, man. Do something,
do something. I have to do something.
Okay, I think why I ask that is because most people speak about passion first, then the money or able to live. But I think we are in Singapore. You need money to pay bills and get going. So how is that?
And like Michael just mentioned just now, a lot of people just put their kids there. They treat you as nanny.
Glorified nannies,
Glorified nannies, right?
So,
so maybe we have viewers out there who now thinking of taking the plunge to
be a coach.
So I no need to be exact figure lah. Maybe 4 figure, 5 figure, 6 figure.
Not lah, the one you lah. No lah, I think.
Pushing the okay.
Decent
amount to survive.
Can survive. But play down to individual. So if you are a good coach, you get more session.
That's where we are coming to.
If you are a coach that always turns up late for training for your session, do you think other people will give you session? Then you earn lesser, of course.
True.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So I feel
subjective
lah. Yeah.
So how you behave as a coach is just as important. You must be just as professional. Doesn't mean that you're a grassroots coach. You can come 5 minutes before the session or 5 minutes after the session. It doesn't work like that, right? So there's a lot of preparation going on as well. So only then you can last because Michael, you mentioning you are coaching so many teams. You have been in the industry for the 12 years. So definitely you've been doing something right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, maybe just to help a little bit, I think the stigma for us in the society is grassroots coaching is easy coaching. It's for fun. You don't turn up and get the money. So people might not know the seriousness and the things that you guys do. You know, the work that you do, the hard work that you put in. So that is why you guys are there because of things. And Paul mentioned that if you are good, you will get called up for more opportunities. Now you are doing the DCs, you are taking some school teams. How does that come about?
He earning a lot, sorry. He don't know how to
No, that is good because decent living is definitely, although it's a gig, it's a gig thing for us as coaches. It's a gig economy for us, right? Yeah. The more qualified you get, the better you are. The more experienced you become, the higher you get paid. It's as simple as that.
Listeners out there, please listen to this because I think most of us will always ask, but then this is the thing that what Michael mentioned earlier. The better you get, more gigs you get, and then definitely you are able to sustain and be a better coach yourself.
So now that you are becoming a better coach, for example, do you see yourself moving up to coach an elite team? I know that Paul, you've been coaching now the development centers, which is the elite team for the junior team, or is it even possible for a grassroots coach to be coaching at the highest level, at the S-League level? Is it possible? Is there any grassroots coaches who is also at the professional setup?
I think possible. Just that when you are coaching the grassroots, you transform yourself into a grassroots level. When you are coaching professional, you have to transform yourself back to the
Transformers,
level. Easy one.
So another quality of a coach?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
do that. You have
So
to do that.
I think that quality should come about in terms of the adaptability.
Yes, correct.
I think it's very important for coach to be adaptable. What about you, Michael? Do you see maybe yourself to be part of a senior team, for example?
No,
No, not for you.
Because I
it's not
don't-
possible, or it's not.
I
it's
don't
not for
enjoy
you.
it.
You don't
See,
enjoy it.
Yeah, because the thing is this. Basically, it's what I enjoy that makes me want to come to the pitch.
Obviously.
Yeah. If I enjoy youth, I'll take youth. If I enjoy preschoolers, I'll take preschoolers. If I enjoy adults, I'll take adult. If I enjoy voluntary NFL, IWL, I'll take them.
Okay.
You see, because the approach is different. If you're a
Understand.
professional, you're being paid. Yeah. If I F you and I do something that is bad and I demand that your 2.4 must be 7 minutes 20 following So Ruyong
Can you
6:53.
get chicken rice?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're being paid. But I can't
Okay.
do the same approach
Okay, understand.
with a school or with a youth or IWL who's voluntary. They have their full-time job. So, it depends on where I want. If I want to coach elite, I got to improve myself. I got to develop myself personally on my own before I can take the team. It's easy for people to recommend me to take the team, but can I do it? Do I enjoy it? That's another question for me.
What about you, Paul? Do you have any aspiration to move up?
I would love to challenge myself. Just try. If can. If cannot. Because
Okay.
doesn't mean that I know I play in a pro league before means I can coach well. Doesn't mean that I understand the game well. I can coach well. So I would like to try if there's a chance.
There's an opportunity for
Yes,
you.
correct.
Okay, I think the grassroots coaching scene in Singapore is growing extensively. I think with the Unleash the Raw theme coming up and all. So what kind of help or support would grassroots coaches actually be needing? If I were to ask the two of you. Anything to help you guys get better at your craft?
For me, nothing.
Nothing.
Now it's okay lah.
Maybe I just
need a
share
ball
again.
lah.
Any
Now-
form
Just
of
need a ball.
specific training maybe that you guys need. Something from
Or
the FA or
maybe
something from
should I say
FA.
that? Do you have enough support in terms of, for example, coach education?
Yeah.
Is there a mentor for you guys? How do you know that? Let's say when you first started out your coaching gig, how do you know that you are doing well? Just because kids are laughing, so how can you improve better, or how can you contribute more to the ecosystem to develop players? So is there anything that you think that can be better, or
Yeah,
has not been done?
recognition.
Recognition.
Recognition? Okay.
Because resources are available. Nobody should talk about lack of resources.
Okay.
Not in this technology.
Okay.
There's no lack. But recognition, yes. Because in my personal view, those involved in football are bald head.
Okay.
Sorry to say, guys,
Okay.
we are bald head.
Maybe can
Elaborate.
elaborate what's
Okay.
a ball head?
Yeah, a bald head, right? Where people talk to you, and the thing that they will talk to you, they will look up to you and talk when you talk football. Yes, talk about anything else, right? They look down to you because
Okay.
they will say you know nothing except football,
Okay.
right? Yeah, and that is a problem here in this, because if there is a recognition, right, that if you are in football, that you are involved in football, but at the same time you are knowledgeable in sports, knowledgeable in sports psychology, knowledgeable in sports nutrition, knowledgeable in sports science. People will talk to us coaches as someone that if their child have a problem in running gait,
Okay.
we can guide them. The hand is wrong, the feet is wrong. But to be frank, in AFA, most parents don't talk to us about that. They talk to us, hey, how's my child in football?
Okay.
Yeah, and when I don't know, but if we can have the recognition like AFA, right? In the whole of AFA, this is the not popular doesn't matter, right? This is the most contributing coach that the parents of that center find that this coach is contributing to this coach is contributing to that, right? Those are the kind of thing, and the incentive given don't have to be monetary. Incentive given, give a subsidy to more courses.
I see, for coaching education, yeah? Okay.
Sports coaching in Republic Poly, give us a subsidy,
see.
give us all this. Right.
Or you get some kind of payment if you attend courses, for example.
Yeah, something like that. Where these are the things where there is an incentive and recognition, so the coach will be better. But for me personally, my personal thing is this: I want to change the society's perspective of those involved in football.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Michael very nicely mentioned, because we are also trying to get more awareness and also increase the recognition for the coaches, because whatever you say, I think can be agreed that it's always looked at a different way. A football coach just knows how to kick the ball and pass the ball, but whatever like sport science, everything that comes about, it's not being shared. So I think the awareness is very important, and I hope that we can also encourage society to also think otherwise into moving on forward.
And that's
Yeah.
the reason why we do
Yeah.
this podcast. Alright, we want to showcase the knowledge, the talent of our coaches, of our colleagues, yeah, so that people out there can hear us and can realize that, you know, football is not just out there and then just run around.
Because until you
There's
try
more to
being a
it.
grassroots coach, then you know the dynamics of the job.
Of course.
When you see and when you do it, is two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of
Of course.
parents might think that it's just an easy job, glorified nannies in particular. So it's how we actually approach it. Yeah.
So, Po, I understand that you are also involved in other coaching activities in school. So, how does that relate to you when you do your football coaching? Maybe you can share with the viewers that what other coaching gig that you do.
I do PAL program in primary school. Thanks
So,
to
what's
Isa.
spell program?
Isa, you say lah. You my boss.
Okay, I let you share.
Hey,
what
share
is the
lah.
PAL program?
You share lah.
Okay, I think just for the benefit of the doubt, I think a PAL program is a program for active learning where values come first before the sport.
Okay.
So for P1 and P2 kids in particular, values are being shared, values are being inculcated. So personally, to me, I feel that I've learned so much, and I think Po is the coach now, getting involved in these programs. Maybe you want to share how does
So-
it help you in your football
So
coaching?
every session is also a learning day for me. So because one class there's up to 30, 40 kids, 35 kids.
Okay.
So every kid is so different. So I have to learn so many things from them. It's not about me teaching them. They are also teaching me at the same
Okay,
time.
okay.
So by doing this type of program, I will learn something from them, something new, and I will pass some value to them also. So the age group is almost the same as grassroots. So I can apply to the grassroots coaching.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good for me to have that PAL program coaching.
Okay. So all schools have this PAL program.
I don't think all schools, but I think most schools have this program. But then I think Po, what he's trying to say, I think the values come about naturally for you. You don't have to force the value out from the kids.
So let them play. So when playing, then we will see, okay, what value is this? We will tell them. We'll tell them. Is there any resilience in this? I give you something difficult and then you give up. Is that the way?
Okay.
Yeah. So you ask them. They will think themselves. You don't tell them, hey, you do this. I want to keep doing. By saying that, they won't do. The more they won't do.
Alright.
You
So does
ask
it
them.
bring back to your observation skills in the Active SG match where you observe players
Yeah,
not
it's
doing
very
certain things?
important. Yeah, it's not. It's
Wow.
not everyone
Okay.
will have it. I can say. Yeah.
But you, Michael, do you involve in any such program in schools?
I was, yeah.
You were
PAL,
involved in PAL
yeah.
program
Okay.
as well?
I was involved in PAL previously, right? Like what Paul says here, it's about values first, values through sports. That's what they want. The
So it's
kids-
not necessarily football lah.
No, there are no football. Actually, no ball and everything. It's more about body coordination,
Okay.
Fundamental
Motor
movement
skills,
skills,
fundamental
motor skills,
movement
yeah.
Yes,
I
and
think it's
then,
very important.
Yeah, they learn it, but at the same time, like what Paul says, they learn the values through all the activities that they do. No? Yeah.
And I think this PAL program, I had the opportunity to see it before. I think the social corner is very important. So if you got 4 corners, right? The technical, tactical, physical and whatnot. But I think this PAL program, the social corner is very important. And I think it's important for us to equip our kids to be able to interact with others, to work with others. And like I said again, and football going forward, it can be a tool to develop this as well.
Yes.
And we can also use the social and emotional learning to help our football players. And then when they grow up through the ranks, you can see them, like Michael mentioned, becoming a better person with proper character and discipline before they move up.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure the both of you really enjoy your job from the way we are speaking to you. Last one, any advice or sharing with any of the grassroots coaches out here in Singapore? We'll start with Po.
Love what you do lah. You must love the game. You must at least know some basic, know some knowledge. Then
Love being around children as well.
yeah, of course. If you don't love being children, headache. You sure headache. So yeah, join us. Join us.
How about you, Michael?
Upgrade.
Upgrade in terms of?
Upgrade yourself in everything, yeah. Whether it's education, whether it's no your personality, your attitude, upgrade yourself, because you don't want 10 years from now and you look in the mirror and you're still the same old guy.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's very important, yeah.
Yeah.
So as a coach, that even though you're doing grassroots, you keep on upgrading yourself, learn about the different style of coaching. The I think it's very.
And
very
never
important.
never worry about the stigma. Just continue doing what you do best, and I'm sure recognition will come in a form in the future. Yeah. Okay, so this has been an excellent episode giving insights on grassroots coaching at its best. To summarize, coaching is a rewarding career, and we hear it first from our experienced grassroots coaches. So we hear about the important values such as teamwork, resilience, and how does it help you as a coach and also help the kids in our program. I hope this will inspire all our coaches, parent coaches, volunteers out there how to take the next step or get involved in grassroots coaching.
Okay, with that, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and sharing. And it's been an absolute pleasure to host both of you guys. And on behalf of the Coaches Dugout, we would like to wish you best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you for having us
Thank
here.
you. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thanks.
Keep on going, guys. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Okay, and this has been the Coaches Dugout, a podcast for coaches by coaches. Please do follow us on IG, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And till next time, cheers.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thank
take care.
you.
Take care.